University. Latest news spotted.
Only here in Sky News.
Giving you the latest and most credible news for today.
Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Today is April 23, 2021, and you are now watching Sky News. So our news for today is all about ancient inventions and its antecedent.
That's right, partner. And for the information of everyone, we invited different people from different countries to share the invention of their place during ancient period.
Okay, but before we will start, can I ask you, partner, if you have experience also about ancient inventions? And can you share to us about that?
Yes, partner. So the invention that I'm going to share to you today is the stone hurling catapult or the catapult. So the catapult is an ancient siege machine that is used to hurl or to throw stone and to shoot arrow towards the enemy. And some catapult can throw stones weighing 350 pounds with a greater distance of 300 feet. So the Greek Dionysus, the elder of Syracuse, is looking to invent and to develop catapults. And Dionysus invented two catapults, namely the double arm machine or the ballista and the single arm machine. The double arm machine or the ballista is used to shoot arrow towards the enemy for the protection of their territory. And the single arm machine is used to throw or to hurl stone towards the enemy and of course for the protection of their territory. And later on, the Romans modified the catapult by putting wheels for maneuverability. Thus, the main purpose of catapult is used as a weapon to protect the territory during a warfare. And that's all, partner. So, how about you, partner?
Yes, partner. I have also experienced using those ancient inventions. But for me, this is the best inventions that I was feel amazed during that time. So this picture is what we called a water clock. It was invented in Egypt around 14th century BC. And mostly, the Romans used this just to determine the specific time. As you can see, there are two containers here and the upper right corners. There are also a hands of the clock and the wheel. So in the first container, it is filled with water. Then the water is slowly drained to transfer to the second container. So as the water will go up, the hands of the clock and the wheel will automatically move. And that's the time they will determine the time. So just imagine, partner, if the water clock was not invented before, how can they determine the specific time?
That's great, partner.
Since we're done sharing our own experiences, it's the time for our visitors to share also to our audience about their chosen inventions.
Let's hear from Mr. Amit from Imperial China about the invention of China during the ancient period.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan's office. I am Ramli Amit, live in Imperial China, and you are watching Sky News. So for today's news, I will be sharing an information about an ancient technology that were used by the ancient people living in Imperial China. This ancient invention is trip hammer, also known as tilt hammer or helve hammer, is a massive power hammer. The person who invented trip hammer is James Nasmyth in 1839 and patented in 1842. In ancient time, trip hammer is mainly used for pounding, decorticating, and polishing of grain in agriculture. Trip hammer is also used in mining through crushing metal ores into smaller pieces. The hammer works by raising by a cam and then released to fall under the force of the gravity. So again, this is Ramli to Amit, live in Imperial China, and you are watching Sky News.
So next is James Michael Indig from Egypt.
Thank you, Jimmy Nunez. Tonight, I am here in Egypt and I'm going to report about the importance happening and invention of Egyptian people a long time ago. which is what I'm going to discuss tonight is about their invention, which is a boat. A boat was built by Egyptian people a long time ago to transfer the inbound body of a king and other people at the Giza pyramid. And that boat is called the Kupu ship, which is now designed at the museum and preserved by the Egyptian government. Moreover, the voyagers of different countries developed and specialized the idea of Egyptian people, which is the boat. They specialize it and turn into a ship so that they can be able to transfer different goods and services such as animals, foods, and other necessities that we need. Since going to other places and other countries is difficult, that's why the navigators build a ship so that we can be able to go to the different places of the world. That's all for tonight, and thank you.
Is here also the explanation and the share of Mr. Robert James Arnura from Greece.
Good evening, Philippines. I am Robert James Anyora, now live at Greece. Now I will give you short trivia of one of the invention here in Greece, and this is wheel vehicle. This vehicle is assisted by drop animals. This vehicle is invented because it gives the ability to move abundant goods across a landscape quickly and permits widespread trade. A more accessible market promotes crop specialization, and it can connect customers over a border area. Swap technologies with their distant competitors and concentrate on improving their craft. It makes the news travel faster, and ideas associated with new technologies could be moved more quickly. That's all.
We have also Castro Vincent from England.
So, good evening everyone, and welcome to my hometown here in England. So, writing machines are built as early as the 14th century. The first patented writing machine was made in 1714. The first manufactured typewriter appeared in 1870, as was the invention made by Mailing Hansen. It was called Hansen's writing ball and used as part of a spear stabbed by with keys over a piece of paper on the body of a machine. So a typewriter basically a mechanical device to produce printed characters on a piece of paper by typing individual keys. Many of these developed by the people who know about mechanics. So this will help people to make their works efficient and easy enough. But still many people are influenced by this. So nowadays people want to use typewriters still because even though it is used in the past generation, but it is still good to use a typewriter in this age. So once again, I'm Vincent G. Castro, and that's for my report about typewriter, which is originated in England. Thank you and good evening.
On the other part, we have Clifford Aligada from Greece to share his knowledge about the invention of Greece during ancient period.
Thank you, Mr. Sutis. It's Aligada Clifford live in Greece, and you are watching Sky News. Tonight, I'm going to give an information about the ancient invention of the Greece, which is water wheel. So I'm here in the place where the first water wheel is invented. The Greco-Roman world, especially in the country of Greek, where Greek people lives. The first references to a water wheel dates back to around 4000 BCE. Vitruvius, an engineer, has been credited with creating and using vertical water wheel. The water wheel is an ancient device that using flowing or falling water to create power by means of paddle mounted around a wheel. The force of the water moves the paddle, and the consequent rotation of the wheel is transmitted to a machinery via the shaft of the wheel. The wheel were used to crop irrigation and grinding grains, as well as to supply drinking to water to villages. This is all the updates of water wheel from Grace. Thank you.
So let's proceed to Rafi Castro from United States.
I'm Rafi Castro. I'm here at United States. Do you know what is this? I know all of us know what is this. This is a electric bulb or a electric light bulb invented by a famous American inventor named Thomas Alva Edison on January 1879 at his laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey. Edison had built his first resistant incandescent electric light, and it works by passing electricity through a thin platinum filament in a glass vacuum bulb, which delayed the filament from melting. A brief history of a light bulb. A light bulb, electric light, one of the everyday convenience that most affect our lives. Okay, was not invented in the tradition since in 1879 by Thomas Alva Edison, although he could be said to have created the first commercially practical incandescent light. He was neither the first nor the only person trying to invent an incandescent light bulb. Thank you.
And lastly, we have also Mr. Mark Joseph Lapena from China to share the invention of China during the ancient period.
Thank you, sir. This is Mark Joseph Lapena here in mainland China to report the ancient invention, which is paper making. Before the advent of paper making, people from prehistoric times tend to write or record the important information on cave walls or stones for it to be preserved for the future. And it is very inconvenient to carry around. Until 2,000 years ago, when Tsai Lun, a Chinese court official, made the first paper, where things in history were written and preserved, and can be carried conveniently anywhere, and it is still used by us to this modern day. And that is all for the ancient invention, paper making. Thank you.
So, guys, we just heard about different ancient inventions that can prove how great and idealistic human as we are.
Yes, you're right, partner, because we are always keep on exploring new things, and all I can say is that we are so very lucky to have those inventors in the past, because if not because of them, we cannot experience what we have right now.
So, guys, all I can say is to give value all the things that you have right now and learn to appreciate things. And we hope that you have learned many things today. Then that's all. Thank you. So, once again, this is Jimmy Nunez
And I am Ryan Sutis, reporting.
reporting.